One, two, three.
Okay, let's go.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near the forest. Everywhere she went, she wore a Red Riding Cloak, so everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother called her over. She told her that her grandmother was sick. When the basket was ready, Little Red Riding Hood put on her Red Riding Cloak and kissed her mother goodbye. Be careful, her mother cautioned. Don't dawdle along the forest and please don't talk to strangers. Don't worry, Mommy, replied Little Red Riding Hood. I'll be careful. Goodbye. But when Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the woods, she forgot her promise to her mother. She picked a few, watched the butterflies flit about for a while, hear the frogs croaking. Little Red Riding Hood was enjoying the warm summer day so much that she didn't notice a dark shadow approaching out of the forest behind her. Suddenly, a wolf screamed beside her. Hello, little girl. Where are you going? I'm going to my grandmother's house. Where is your grandmother's house? It's on the other side of the forest near the stream. Okay. Little Red Riding Hood realized how late she was, so she rushed off to her grandmother's house. The wolf arrived at the grandmother's house. He knocked lightly at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it? It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, thank goodness, dear. I was worried sick that something had happened to you in the forest. The wolf let himself in. Poor Jenny did not have time to say another word before the wolf gobbled her up. The wolf poked through Rennie to find a nightgown that he liked. He added a furry sleeping cap and for good measure dabbed some of Granny's perfume behind his pointy ears. A few minutes later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at Grandma's house. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it? It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, do come in, my dear. The door is open. When Little Red Riding Hood entered the little cottage, she could scarcely recognize her grandmother. She asked, Grandmother, what big ears you have. The better to hear you with, my dear. But Grandmother, what big eyes you have. The better to see you with, my dear. But Grandmother, what big teeth you have. The better to eat you with, my dear. The wolf chased the little girl. Almost too late, Little Red Riding Hood realized that the person in the bed was not her grandmother, but a hungry wolf. The wolf had finished his tasty bite. He fell asleep on the bed, snoring very loudly. A huntsman was just passing by. He thought that the old woman was snoring so loudly, so he decided to take a look. There lay in the bed had been the wolf he had been hunting for a long time. He has eaten the grandmother, but perhaps she can still be saved. The huntsman thought. He took a pair of scissors and cut open the wolf's belly. Little Red Riding Hood jumped out of the wolf's belly. She was very frightened. Oh, it was so scary and dark inside the wolf's body. Then the grandmother jumped out alive as well. Little Red Riding Hood fetched some large heavy stones outside and filled them with the wolf's belly. The grandmother snitched it up. When the wolf tried to wake up, he tried to run away, but the stones were so heavy that he fell down dead. The three of them were happy. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother ate the cake and drank the wine that Little Red Riding Hood had brought. The lesson of the story is that you need to listen to what your parents say. The second lesson is that you need to finish your work as soon as possible. The last lesson is that you should not talk to strangers. Thanks for your listening.